What makes BCC special to me is that this is a place filled with interesting people. Whether it's faculty, staff, or students, there are so many great stories and so many interesting people to talk to and learn from here at the college.
What makes working at BCC really special for me is the family environment, how connected everybody is. You know, we all get along really well, and we have each other's backs.
What makes BCC so special is the fact that we have a community that is unlike any other, truly. The first day that I started, I was greeted by flowers on my desk, handwritten notes. That is just the touch of care and commitment that truly I've never experienced anywhere else.
When I came to campus, that sealed the deal. I mean, campus is beautiful, but then everyone I met was so welcoming, and every single interaction I had, even just from looking at the classrooms and looking at campus to meeting people, it was very clear that students were the main priority.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is working with students. That's the thing that I look forward to every day, why I love coming to work here. And then I think in addition, working with the staff that we have here is really awesome.
Working at BCC is really special to me, not only because of the community and the mission of the college, but it's also a part of my family history. My mother was also an educator here years ago, and when I first started here, they actually gave me back her office.
So working at BCC is extremely special. It's an amazing place, and the reason I say that is because of the students that come to our campus. We have a variety of different students from all ages, all different backgrounds, and they make this place magical.
And what makes BCC special to me is the fact that I get to see how people's generosity really affects our students every single day. I think that being able to provide the funding support for scholarships and other opportunities for the campus to enhance their learning is really special and really a unique role to hold in the institution.
Our students first and above all, they're just so special, so committed, so interesting, so dedicated to pursuit. They want to figure things out, they want to learn, they want to grow, they want new opportunities. And then I think we have a very special group of employees who are from our faculty, our staff. Every single person plays a role here at Berkshire Community College in ensuring that our students are well supported.
I have two. I think the first one would be the Falconer Awards, which is where the faculty presents awards to the students who are doing a really fabulous job in their work. And that was really special to me because it wasn't just your traditional award where somebody comes up and gets their award. The faculty really got to express to their students how their presence in their class really made a difference to both of them. The other thing that really stood out to me was the employee recognition event that our HR department held.
One experience that I've had is that, you know, we had a emergency that kind of happened here on campus. A lot of people started to not know what to do and freak out a little bit, and you know, our team pulled together really quickly and everybody just understood their part, and we took care of everything and had a great outcome, and everybody was okay after the fact.
We did Thanksgiving baskets for our students back in 2024, and I was amazed at how many people were just so willing to come and help without me even asking.
So I had a student who I got to be her professor for both microbiology and genetics, which is always my favorite because I get to learn about the student more and we get to have an even stronger relationship. But during that transition from like micro to genetics, that's when the pandemic hit. And so we all adapted and it was great. And at the end of the semester, she shared with me that, you know, she was going through a lot of mental health struggles during that time, and that class was really one of the main things that kept her going, which really meant a lot to me.
I think the thing that stands out for me in my role as the Executive Director of Workforce and Community Education is when students contact us after they've completed their training, after they've gotten the job they've dreamed of, and they are excited to tell us all about it. Those are the moments that make working here really special.
I get up every morning and think, how lucky am I that I get to work at Berkshire Community College? I just think it's such I love our mission, I love our values, I love our vision, I love how much everyone wants to contribute and is willing to take risks. They're willing to fail. People are willing to try things that might not be successful, but they know it's okay to do that. And I think that's a really important aspect of any workplace. I think we have a really nice culture here that is both affirming but realistic.
I'm motivated each day here by our students. Nursing is such a demanding field, and the students in our program bring incredible resilience and passion. Watching them grow from nervous first semester students into confident professionals is really fulfilling, especially when I have the chance to work alongside them in the hospital setting shortly after they graduate.
My students. The students here are unbelievably inspiring, incredible people that make it just very easy to work for. They truly are people that want to do better, are better, and find ways to, again, inspire me in just so many different ways.
I have really great coworkers and I feel really supported in my work. It's a very fun environment to come to. People are very supportive, people are very helpful. I don't feel like I'm doing my work alone. I always feel like I have people to back me up.
It's definitely working with students. Every day I interact with different students. I interact with students that I have long-standing relationships with. I interact with students who are coming to college for the first time, with students who have been to college and they're starting their degree over again.
What motivates me to start my day here at BCC is that I am surrounded by an amazing team of people who have a lot of ambition, who are eager to accomplish their goals on behalf of the students that we serve here in Workforce.
Well, the motivation for coming to campus every day is thinking about the great adventures that I'm going to have, whether it's something really easy on clapping for a student when they did well in class, or helping them through a difficult situation, maybe conduct related or a life challenge. Each one of those things keeps me motivated, and as I'm driving to work every morning, I think about them and wonder what exciting path will be unfolded for me today and how I can help a student accomplish all the goals that they have that day.
Yeah, so I think that BCC stands out in comparison to other places that I've worked because there's a very strong sense of community. I think that everyone that works here is working towards the same goal, to help students get where they want to be, to understand what students' goals are, and that all students are different and they're coming here for different reasons.
The energy here is extraordinarily positive. I think everyone is also just so similarly minded with regards to what the goals are that it makes it very easy to do the work in a very collaborative way that just makes it feel that much more meaningful because you have so many people on your team.
I think that BCC stands out for me compared to other places that I've worked is the supportive, collaborative, collegial environment that exists here on campus. It's an amazing culture. People are curious. People want to challenge their assumptions. They want to say, what if we did this? It's really a great place to explore your own career and professional development, but also to impact the lives of the people that we're educating.
BCC is unique. So, a lot of people will say that the word community is in the middle of our sentence, right? Berkshire Community College, our tagline is absolutely community-based. And I think that's what makes it the most unique, is that we're able to integrate and filter into a lot of different entities around the community. We make purposeful partnerships for our students to engage. We care at the core about our student experience, and we can individualize that experience for them. So if there's a student that wants an opportunity in a certain field, we go out into the community and use our partners. We use the different makeups and partnerships that we have to make sure that that student gets the experience they want. It's really unique in the number and size that we are.
They are supportive. We're very inclusive out here. I feel comfortable every day when I come to work. I don't feel like I'm being judged, whether it's by my coworkers or the community on campus. And it's just a very happy place to be.
So I worked at Westfield State when I was getting my graduate degree, loved it. However, it really was coming to BCC through professional developments in my previous job that helped me to really want to work here. I was amazed at how kind people were, how genuine people were, and was like, I want to work here, and manifested that to become a reality.
So I loved, when I was an undergraduate, all of the student activities and events, and I just thought this is the coolest kind of environment to be part of. There's just so much good happening and the cadence of life. I think I got drawn to community college though for some really different ways when I started to do my homework and discovered how complex the mission was and what kind of a role the college plays in its community, that you're kind of there for everything, and so many of your graduates remain in the community.
I was drawn to a career in higher education because I wanted to give back to the profession that I love. Nursing is really built upon service and compassion, and I saw teaching as a way to extend that impact. While I expected to teach content and skills, I really didn't anticipate how much I'd also be mentoring and encouraging students in their personal growth, and that part really has been the most rewarding.
And growing up, I always tutored and mentored, and it was one of those things that, because it was such a big part of my life, I didn't think of it as an actual career because it just was so natural. But then we were on a research trip working with our partner lab in Ghana, and I randomly was assigned to work with them to teach them the lab procedures so that they could keep doing them without us. And it was the happiest I had been in a long time, and was like, this is what I want to do. And I, that day, decided that I was going to start teaching, and I never looked back.
So I think that I was drawn to a career in higher education because when I was working as an undergraduate student, I did a lot of work with other undergraduate students, so whether that was doing like teacher's assistant or that was doing tutoring or being on club boards and that sort of thing. I found it to be really rewarding even when I was just a student. So when I graduated and I started getting involved in higher education, it was something that I really enjoyed.
I've been here for nearly 20 years. And originally started as just a contractor on campus every day, working with the community. And as I continued to do that, I realized that I really wanted to work with the student body in a more meaningful role. So when I took my first opportunity to actually work for the college as a college employee, I took it.
Well, to tell you why I'm sitting here in this chair today, it would take me a lifetime to explain the joys and the challenges and the pathway through there. But I'll say at the core that I am doing this work. I'm the Dean of Students because I had to live through all the experiences that our students are dealing with today, whether it was not having money to pay for college, maybe not having food on the table, maybe making a mistake or two. I've actually gone through the experiences that our students have done, and I think as I talk about careers with other people, what I always say to them and what resonates with me is you do the best work based on the experiences you have, and that in turn makes your career path. You're always going to follow a career path of the experiences you had that were the most impactful. So for me, that's what really has led me to do this work, is making a difference through some mistakes and challenges and opportunities in my life, and now laying that path for our students here at BCC.
First and foremost, our campus is in Pittsfield, and it's absolutely the most beautiful campus, I think. We get to butt right on the Pittsfield State Forest, and just walking around, it's so beautiful and inspiring, and so our campus in itself is in a beautiful place.
I enjoy the diversity of our population. I feel like Pittsfield is a place that's incredibly unique. We have people from all walks of life, and people never cease to amaze me with regards to, again, their generosity, their thoughtfulness, and just the way that we can connect with one another. It's really beautiful.
And why I love it is because it has the best of everything. Outdoor natural environment that you can enjoy, whether it's the woods or the lakes, all year long. Spring, summer, winter, fall, there's something fun to do outside. I like it because it's not a crowded place. It's easy to get around the city or to get around the county in a short period of time. There's a lot of amazing art and culture to experience here in the region.
So I love our campus. I love where it sits in the community. I love its setting and the thoughtful way it was put together, and it's no buildings more than 2 stories, yet it's on about 8 or 9 levels, so you really have to navigate through it, but it just flows through.
I enjoy most about working in Pittsfield kind of the strong sense of community that there is here. I think there's a balance between professional engagement and quality of life here. There's anything from like local shops and pop-ups and community events and enjoying the arts of being in the Berkshires and in Pittsfield, and I feel like I've kind of gotten to like grow alongside the city because I've lived in the area since about 2017 on and off.
What I really enjoy most about working in Pittsfield is that we do have the small city environment. We have a lot of resources and stuff that are available to us. We have downtown Pittsfield. We do a lot of events on North Street. But at the same time, you know, working here on the BCC campus, we are in a more rural area of Pittsfield.
The Pittsfield area has a lot of diversity, and you don't see it on the face. You might not see it necessarily driving through, but I've had the opportunity to sit on several committees, and through my experience here at BCC have been pushed to be involved in a lot of different boards and different activities, and I see the diversity through that. I currently sit on a number of different boards, whether it's an educational center, our 2nd Street project down with the correction facility. There's a number of outlets that really bring a lot of people to the work I do and to this community specifically here in Pittsfield.
I also love Pittsfield. And Pittsfield is a small city that has incredible cultural opportunities. It has great restaurants. It has a really nice sense of community where, you know, the fabulous 4th of July parade. There's a lot of innovation that has happened in the Berkshires and in Pittsfield, and people coming here can experience that, can be part of that kind of ecosystem.
In general, the Berkshires in themselves has so much. I don't feel the need to leave very often. You know, when you go all the way from North Adams to Pittsfield to Lenox to Great Barrington, you got the whole mix of things. But then on top of that, if you are looking for even more experiences, New York City's 2 hours away, Boston's 2 hours away, and we're right in the middle. And so it's a great place to be.
I have left the Berkshires kind of intermittently, and I keep being drawn back to the area. I think it goes without saying that it's very beautiful. If you love nature, if you love trails, if you love hiking, you love 4 seasons, even if some of them are a little bit longer than the others, it's really great to come back here. That's something that I've really valued about living here.
The thing that's meaningful to me about the Berkshires is that it's one of the best kept secrets in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and really throughout New England. And while I want to share what a gem this place is, I also want to keep it to myself.
I really, really love this area with regards to the scenery and with also preserving the incredible nature that we have in the Berkshires. I think the Berkshires brings, again, many different types of people, many different challenges, but those challenges are incredibly rewarding. And I think that, again, the sense that I very much hold on to is that everyone is here to support one another.
Having been born and raised in the Berkshires, this work also feels really personal to me. I think seeing my neighbors and my friends and my family being able to access education, especially free education right now, is amazing, right? I am doing work that can support my neighbors and can really get people to be here.
How can you not love working in this area? Really, I am from a big city. I grew up in a city, and just having the opportunities around of hiking when you want to hike, swimming when you want to swim, you can drive to a big town, you get that feel in Pittsfield already of a great community and a city-like feel. You're in equidistance to a lot of places that can engage in the big city feel as well. There's lots of culture, there's lots of diversity. There is also all the different arts and performances. Everything I like to say is at your fingertips. You just gotta look for it. And sometimes when you don't wanna look for anything, you can find a corner to be alone. So that's why I enjoy working and living in this area.
Oh my gosh, I think this is one of the most special places in the whole world. I think where it's situated, I think the climate, the culture, the outdoor recreational opportunities, the arts, the music that we get to all enjoy all the time, and the career opportunities that are here, the health system that is here, Berkshire Innovation Center, Berkshire Regional Planning, our many New England forms of government. New England, the old New England kind of town meeting concept is right here up and down our county. And I love the social capital that you can go pretty much anywhere in this county and you're going to bump into people you know and have connection with. And I think it's always a surprise to people who come from someplace else that wherever we go in the county, we're bumping into people we know or have worked with. And I love that there are so many opportunities for leadership, skill development, for volunteering, for joining, performing communities outside of the workplace, which is always critical when someone is moving here, that they can feel and find connection in really important ways.